So Will and Jada Pinkett Smith are back in the news again today. And I have to admit, I am not shocked, nor am I surprised. And I doubt this will be the last time we hear the last of them. Will and Jada's relationship has been one that has been questioned from the very start. And I don't know if it's just because of the dynamics between them, have a very interesting power struggle that's going on in that relationship. And I think it stems from the fact that Will Smith is seen in Hollywood as a bit of a chump. He's seen as a bit of a yes, sir, yes, ma'am, go along to get along. We've seen Will Smith in the dress. We've seen Will Smith succumb to all of the Hollywood BS, all the humiliation rituals that goes on in Hollywood. And so many of us are not shocked when we hear of issues in their relationship, right? I wasn't shocked when I first saw that they were having issues. Because not only had I met Will Smith on several occasions, he's a nice guy. Will is a nice guy. And that's why it's very difficult for me even to address it. I remember when they first started talking about this a year or two ago, I was like, let me just refrain from saying anything about this. This is a married couple. They have every right to talk about their marriage, however they want to talk about their marriage. And who are we, right? But this is why when you people, the people in my comment section, say things like, why do you guys want to talk about these people and their relationship? Why do you guys always have to be up in people's business? Well, here's the answer. They allow us into their business, do they not? Is Jada talking about her marriage to Hoda Kotb? I don't know how to say her name. Why is Jada talking about her own marriage to Hoda? They love the publicity they get from it. And if you're trying to promote a new book, as what Jada is doing, of course you're going to go on every show and talk about the one thing that garners the most attention is your relationship with your spouse or your boyfriend or whoever you're with, especially when they're a mega star like Will Smith. Will Smith won an Academy Award despite slapping a man on stage, which is actually assault. For Chris Rock not to press charges says a lot. It says that he knew there was problems in their relationship. He knew that Will was taking out his frustration on him. He was the punching bag for Will.
Now, yes. Y'all have been apart.
Yeah. So as you guys witnessed in that clip, she clearly defines in her marriage, they were separated since 2016. And let me read what it said in the article from CNN. It said that Pinkett Smith said the couple had not previously gone public with their separation because they were not ready yet. They were still trying to figure out between the two of them how to be in partnership. She uses partnership a lot. And by the way, when she talks, it's like word salad. It's almost as bad as Kamala and Joe Biden. These people speak in riddles. People get frustrated with you. And this is why there's so much vitriol against Jada on the internet, when there should be a little bit, I would say, between both of them, because both of them are at fault. Will got into this relationship thinking that he can control Jada. Now, keep in mind, Jada is a Virgo. You try to control a Virgo woman, it's not going to go well for you. Also, we need to remember when the August Alsina thing came out, Jada had mentioned she never wanted to be married, allegedly. Let me just say allegedly in case I have my details about this wrong. But I know I'm not wrong. She said that she did not want to do the wedding thing. She wasn't into marriage. She wasn't into any of that stuff. And in her own words, she said she got married too young. Think about that. And the words that she used when she referenced her August Alsina issue was an entanglement. This is the sort of word salad that people like to put out when they don't want to be clear and concise about what they were really into. An entanglement sounds like she was in a relationship with August while still being in a relationship with him at the same time, because that's the only way you could be entangled. You can't be entangled unless you have three people in that. You just be in a knot with August Alsina. You're in an entanglement because she was probably still doing stuff with Will and August at the same time, or together. I'm just going to put that out there. My opinion only is I believe they were doing things together and things got out of hand. The relationship got out of hand, in my opinion. And that's where Will just lost it, because he realized at that point, in my opinion, that he cannot satisfy this woman. She's never going to be satisfied with him. He is not enough for her. And it's not about, I see a lot of people on the internet saying this nonsense about Jada is this hateful woman and vindictive and trying to take Will out. And because Will is the breadwinner in this relationship, make no mistakes. He is the Oscar winner. She's not going to try and throw Will under the bus. She still wants him to have a career after all is said and done. I think Jada just wants to make sure that it's clear that their relationship had been suffering for a very long time. And this is why people who are watching couples in the media need to tread lightly, because we don't know the ins and outs of people's marriages, right? No one knows what goes on other than the people that are in the marriage themselves.
An open relationship. And we just didn't want people to know the dynamic of what was happening between us. We didn't think that that was
anybody's business, is what she continues to say. I can only play a certain amount, otherwise my videos get copyright strikes. But these celebrities love to talk about their relationships. They love talking about themselves. They do. We talk about them because they put it out there. They put it out there for you and I to dissect and try to figure out. And I don't know if it's because they like the idea that maybe their relationships and their things that they've been through in life are so important that they can, help other people in their relationships from learning from their mistakes. Now, I would say I could go all the way back, guys. I met these people way, 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 way back.
I have to address it. I just always stay silent because I never want to be the person to cause confusion, because I love these people.
Right.
I really genuinely do. And I have literally never been in love in that kind of a way. So much so that being intertwined in that way, walking away from it, butchered me.
These are easy people to fall in love with because, both charismatic. They're both charismatic. And if you don't believe me about the charismatic thing, just go back and watch reruns of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then you tell me. They entertained the hell out of us on that show. We're seeing him train for Ali, and I was like, this guy's really training like a professional boxer. Well, he did have professional boxers come in and help train him. So, he is who he is. Now, Jada, on the other hand, is a little bit more of a recluse, a little bit more private, believe it or not. And it's weird to see her be the one blabbing about the relationship and talking about the relationship, because you would expect somebody like a Will to be the person out here talking. Now, the only time we saw Will talk,
that was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time. But at the end of the day, I lost it.
but need I remind Will, he is in Hollywood. It does things to your children. It does things to families. These kids were raised around celebrities and the biggest celebrity names you can imagine. Their life was anything but normal. So I'm sure Will, a guy coming up from somewhere where he didn't have a lot of money, he still maintained a lot of his old friendships because he's a person that's very loyal to people that are around him. You know, maybe not generous. Like, he's not a spender guy that likes to spend and spend. He's never been known for that. But he's definitely a guy that his connections are important to him because it helps steady him and helps him feel safe and stable. The fact remains is that you're in Hollywood, and this is what comes with Hollywood, is the public relations of it, the PR aspect of it. And I think really what's happening is they're going through a restructuring of their brand. Will and Jada's brand in the 90s and throughout the 2000s was family-oriented, A-list celebrity for Will, maybe a little B for Jada because she's not really been in anything that's like been Oscar worthy or anything like that. But you know, she's had a career. She's very successful in her own right. She doesn't need anybody's money. She really didn't even need to marry Will. She could have married anybody else. But, you know, I think when you're in that power dynamic and you feel that you can accomplish things together, like she said, the word partnership, I think that's an important role in their relationship. They wanted to see themselves become sort of, let's say, the Beyonce and Jay-Z of the acting world. You know what I mean? That power couple. And they were it. They were it in the 2000s. You know, even the late 2000s, they were still it. They were that couple that you looked to, you turned to, and you said, oh, there they are, you know, the power couple of Hollywood. Well, black power couple anyhow, because it's nice to see black people thrive in that industry and given opportunities to do Oscar-worthy roles. And I think Jada never really got it. She never really got those offers. She never really got those roles. And her strides and stuff that she tried to make were met with, blockades, because her husband was doing all of the big, important work. She was left to raise these two, and look at how they turned out. This one's constantly wearing dresses, which is a part of Hollywood. It's one of your kids has to either become other or, unidentified. They can't be anything. They have to be either, what is it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't adhere to any of the LGBTQIA. I don't understand any of the pronouns. I just know his, hers, the normal pronouns you grew up with all throughout the 80s and 90s. That's all I know. But anyway, they have to be that, or usually you have to sacrifice a family member. This is what Hollywood is known for. I know this stuff sounds corny and ridiculous, but it's the truth. Or you go down the drug rabbit hole. And I could tell you right now, Will does not strike me as the guy that's going to be going down the drug rabbit hole. Not his vibe. You know what I mean? He's too cookie cutter, too clear-headed, and wants to be able to win at life. That's his main goal, is to win at life. And this doesn't feel like winning. This doesn't feel like winning. I think Jada knew, in my opinion, that he was going down this wrong hole. You know, look, Will Smith dresses in drag to encourage fans to see Aladdin 2019. Pac would have never done that. Sorry to bring Pac into this, Tupac would have never done it. I can't see Pac dressing in a dress. Well, maybe he did. I'd have to Google it on the internet. Either way, the point remains is this relationship was a strained one from the very start, not just the way that he moved on past his first wife. I feel like there's always a bit of karma that comes into play, and I'm sure Sherry, his ex-wife, is okay with this and, doesn't want to see a marriage fail. It doesn't seem like this family is very motivated by seeing each other fail. They all kind of want to succeed because, success in Hollywood is money. If you succeed, I succeed. We all eat off of each other here. And I don't think she wants it to fail. I don't think she's going to be like clapping and applauding in some corner that this relationship and marriage is doomed. But it's refreshing to see them finally come forward and address and say, no, we're not together. We're done. The timing, of course, couldn't be any worse. We're dealing with probably on the precipice of World War III and people coming undone by inflation and not being able to afford things. So the timing isn't great. I don't know who's going to be buying her $20 book on Amazon. I'm certainly not. I have zero interest in it. I just feel like, Jada and Will really at this point need to do some real soul searching and find out what they want their brand to be next. Will they be completely separated and just living a life of separation but still married? Because that's not a good look. It's not a good look. And I'm not even going to address the Margot Robbie rumors. That is foolish and stupid. You guys haven't figured it out. All of Hollywood, the people in Hollywood all sleep around with each other anyway, so the whole open relationship thing should have been a moot point. The statement I made in regard to Will can do whatever he wants has illuminated the need to discuss the relationship between trust and love and how they coexist. Do we believe that we can have a meaningful relationship with people who have not defined or nor live by the integrity of his or higher self? What of conditional love, or does love look like, feel like, and operate as enslavement? She's asking a lot of questions in here. Again, word salad. This sounds like therapy talk. These are the questions that she's asking herself when she comes out of her therapist's office. I have no idea. Her children will be fine. The family will be fine. Even her daughter agrees that she's proud of her mom. She told The Independent that she didn't mind her parents' tendency to overshare, and they are full, and other people who have their own emotions. Straight, it's right. Anywho, I wish them the best of luck, but I would say rebrand yourself. Get a publicist that can help you guys go a different direction on your own, and just try to love each other from a distance, because obviously this relationship wasn't the best.